guys, what's up? Today we're gonna talk about The Last of Us 2, the 10 things that I love, 10 small details about The Last of Us 2 that I loved so much. Oh my god, it was released on my birthday and I couldn't be much happier that it was. It was the best birthday gift that I could receive. I love Last of Us 2 now so much that I am out of words. I don't have any words. I ordered 2 plates of words. Where are my words? You motherfucker. The first thing and first detail that I love so much about the release and what they showed is the dog sniff and stealth mode. Now, this is a very particular detail that enemies have now dogs. So earlier in the first part, we used to hide behind objects to stay away from hide from the enemies. Now we can't do that. Now the enemies that have dogs, they are gonna run behind us because they can smell us. The smell through which the dogs are gonna come. So only thing that we can do is that we can run from the dog. That's it. That's all we can do, and we have to kill the dog. Second thing is that there are 2 new buttons. Yes, Ellie has 2 new controls, which is jump and dodge. Exactly. Remember in the first part, everyone used to be like, can you help me with this? And Ellie and Joel would play with the ladders to climb on certain things. And in this part, Ellie has a jump button, so it eliminates all the stuffs. It's gonna take away all the things, and we can now focus more on storytelling as we have jump now. Other thing is the dodge. Now the dodge is something that is introduced. I love the dodge because it will give more action to the combat when we don't have guns. So earlier in the first part, I used to think that we mostly have to kill people with gun because we couldn't go closer to them and they would just definitely kill us. But now in this part, I really think that the dodge is dodge is such an element that we could fight with in one-on-one combat with enemies, and which is really interesting and makes the combat much more engaging, like a first-person fighter game, things like that. Third small detail that I loved is crouching. Now crouching is something that you would definitely gonna sleep and you just walk ding 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 under the grass. For example, it was in the Uncharted 4 or in the latest Tomb Raider games. In this part, you can just crouch under the grass and you can hide from the enemies when there is no object around you, or if you want to kill someone by crouching, if there is a certain kind of situation, if you needed to crouch and kill someone, you can easily do that. And this is really small detail that I loved. Fourth one is new enemies. Now this time they have introduced new enemies, which is WLF. WLF are the people who are from, I think they are the Malaysian fireflies, and they've taken over Seattle, and they're gonna kill every last one of them in the Seattle who does not belong to Seattle. That means that Ellie, which of course lives in Jackson City, are gonna have a fight with them because she does not belong to Seattle, and they are gonna try to kill Ellie. But they are also not from Seattle, and they are from Malaysia, so they're gonna kill themselves also. I don't know, but yeah, there's something really interesting. Having new enemies is cool, and they also have dogs, as we talked about, so that's cool. Fifth detail thing is that we have new old enemies. Now we used to have clickers and runners in the games, and also we had giant clickers, but this time we have a mini boss, as Neil Druckmann says. We have mini boss. Mini boss are a thing. They are somewhere in between runners and clickers, so they can also see, and at the same time they also have weapons. So that's going to be really interesting to have. Also, another thing that they've introduced is the Shambler. Shambler is the giant clicker, and what this clicker does is that they run towards you and they will release something out of their bodies, and they would damage our health. So we'll have to keep moving ahead and running away from them. So that's pretty interesting, because in the last part that we had those giant clickers and they would throw things at us. They would throw something from their body to us that would just damage our health. So this is a very great. This new old enemies are really awesome to have. Next six things that I loved is the smarter AI. Now Naughty Dog has been talking about adding, improving the artificial intelligence in the game from a long time, and in this game the AI is very intelligent. Now to talk more in details, the enemies have relationships with each other. Now that I love, the touches are amazing. So for example, if I kill someone and they have a friend standing besides them, they're gonna say that you just killed my best friend, or you just killed my wife. I mean, how I'm gonna live life if I just kill someone's best friend? Apart from that, the AI is so smart that when we are crouching in the grass is definitely going to move. So if the enemy is in front of you and if they see the grass moving, they are gonna definitely come towards you and check like what is in the grass, why the grass is moving. So it is really like it's like real life. I would really love if I'm running in the room and if I accidentally break off the glass, or I touch a glass and glass makes a noise and enemy comes towards me. That would be really detailed, and that would be really like real life. So I would have to take care that I don't step on a biscuit or a wafer that would make the noise. That could be really amazing if that is also included. So AI, kudos to the new smart artificial intelligence in the game. Amazing. Seventh thing that I loved is weapons and new crafting system. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of new. I think there are going to be a lot of new weapons and the new craft. As you can see, this is the new crafting system here. I think it allows us to have our own alley, like kind of like you can customize your own weapons in a certain way. As we move ahead, we're gonna find certain things, and I think we might have new skills based on the things that we find, and that's really interesting. You can see this. I really love this particular detail. When we fire at someone, if there is a silencer that we have made, and if we fire the second shot, the silencer goes off, and that is the thing. That is a detail that I loved about. These small details make The Last of Us 2 really amazing. In the weapons, I really love the Ellie's knife. I love that. It is so much satisfying to see Ellie killing enemies and putting the knife in the throat of the enemies and the clickers, and it is so much satisfying. The eighth thing is Joel. As we have seen in the demo gameplay that people have played, in the first part, that is the first demo level, that is the patrol, and second level, that is the suburbs. So at the end of the suburb level, Joel actually comes and saves Ellie from the WLF people, and he says this.
What the hell are you doing here?
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
And that gave me a lot of chills. I really feel that we're gonna have this kind of gameplay. In the first one, we used to have Joel as the main character, and as sometimes we used to get to play as Ellie. But now it's gonna be vice versa. We're gonna have Ellie as the main player, protagonist, but at the same time, we might get to play as Joel also, and I think that would add a lot of story to it. The ninth important detail that I love is Dina. Now Dina has a really great relationship with Ellie. As we saw in the trailer earlier, Dina and Ellie kisses when they're dancing with each other. But at the end of the patrol level, they again kisses each other, and they both tells to each other that they like each other, and that adds more to the story, of course. And definitely the relationship is gonna go forward in that. So I really think that is gonna be amazing. The chemistry is gonna be amazing.
You? No way. Come on. You're way too reckless.
Oh, look who's talking. Wearing boots today. You know how you're gonna die?
Ooh, let me guess. You're gonna kill me?
Remember, I don't want to have to shit you in the face. Oh, that's so sweet.
And if I think in the second level that they shown in demo, which was suburb, there was no Dina. So I think they're apart from each other, and I think she might be kidnapped by MLF, or Ellie is trying to get her back, or definitely going to take the revenge or something. I really hope they don't kill her in the first level. No spoilers because I don't know anything about the game. The last detail, it's not a detail but something news that we came to know is there are no multiplayer in The Last of Us 2. The developer says that the gameplay became so much interesting and the game story became so much fascinating to them that they completely dropped the idea of including the factions MP in the story in the Last of Us 2. So they really said that it is in the progress, and I think they are going to include it in the something new. For example, they could include a new game, The Last of Us 2 multiplayer. I don't know, separately, but yeah, definitely looking forward to the multiplayer. These are all the 10 minor things that I loved about The Last of Us 2 as we've seen, and I'm really excited. I can't wait for it to release. I can't wait for it. I love Ellie's knife hitting so much that I'm gonna kill myself with this knife. It is so satisfying. Thank you so much for watching. Like, whatever. I'm just can't wait for the game to launch. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. See you again soon. Bye bye.